What's up, everybody? How? I hope everyone's doing great, having a beautiful, lovely day. We're almost to the weekend, sort of. I still work through the weekends, so for those of you who had the weekend off, you're almost there. Anyways, welcome to another episode of the Bodacious Rant with Burn and Rye, and we are going to be talking the latest episode of She-Hulk, which dropped. So before we get into the spoilers of it all, guys, don't forget to give us a like, ring the bell, and press that sweet red subscribe button. We really appreciate, just a gingerly touch. That's all you need to do. It's completely free. We don't charge anybody. If we did, it'd be like $10 a like, so, like wisely. No, Matt, I don't think that's a thing, but you never know. I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube got to that point with some people.
But when we start our OnlyFans, then that's when we'll charge.
Oh, I'm in no shape or confidence for OnlyFans. I'm sorry. I love myself, but not that much. But anyways, let's get started, man. So, before we get into it, what'd you think of the episode overall, Bern?
I thought it was another fun episode that we got. Surprising in this one that there wasn't like a big cameo. Like I know how Jen referenced in one of the previous episodes that this is not a cameo show, but there's all these cameos. This episode was very much like of more, just her and like her problems and stuff. So it was nice getting to deal with her own legal issues, as we saw from the end of last week's episode with her whole name being taken by somebody else. So to get to see that was really funny. But yeah, overall, this is another really fun episode. I think they did a good job here of like balancing like the courtroom stuff with like her own like personal story stuff, and getting a little bit more from the side characters. There's the characters that we've got a little bit hints of here and there, but not so much with Nikki and Pug. So it was great to see them get their own little storyline in this episode. So yeah, lots of really cool stuff.
I was team Nikki and Nick and Pug this one. They were such a good dynamic duo, and yeah, it was definitely it's still a very fun episode. I'm glad we got to see more Jamila Jamil, because we've only really seen her since like episode 1 for like a brief second. So it was nice to kind of see her more, because I said I haven't seen the good she's
Place?
In The Good Place, right? Yeah, I haven't seen that show, so it's kind of nice seeing her in this, which I hated her so much through this episode in a good way. She does a good villain where she's really marketing the shit out of the She-Hulk stuff. And Tatiana Maslany really sold the just like beyond belief frustrated like face with this whole situation. Like, how dare she steal my name after I kicked her ass? Like, oh my god, that was so bad. And I love when they went to the pop-up shop in Hollywood or something, and they're just walking in. She's like, snake venom, limp plumper. Oh my god, she's really all she's doing is selling snake oil. And then like the beauty like liquid beauty stuff and beauty tonic or something. It was like, what's the difference? Oh, and Nikki's a fan, so she's like, oh my god, there's a huge difference. Like Nikki, whose side are you on here?
You can tell Nikki knows about like her products and stuff. She takes care of herself really well. She's very fashion forward and stuff. So if anyone's gonna know these things, it's gonna be her. And as we can see, Jen doesn't really, dress up to the occasion, which they make a comment of in the episode, which I thought was really funny.
They kept making several comments to it. Jamila, like Titania called her Shrek, which I was like, that's fucked up. And then I forgot the lady's first name, but the attorney Brooks, she's like, are you gonna, Nikki, you look like you take care of yourself. Maybe you should find her a new suit. I don't think I need. Yes, you do. They both, I think when they both just said, yes, you do. It's like, oh.
Yeah, like you need to dress like someone who respects himself, not a football player.
pleading no contest to a DUI. Yeah, that was DUI. So good.
Which I was like, oh my god, that was perfect, because of her long baggy like suit and stuff. It's just, I was like, yeah, that screams so much like basketball player with ill-fitting suit.
It's so mean, but it's so accurate. Like, god damn, it's not her fault they haven't made that big and tall of stuff to look good on her.
They're not fitted.
But I love Pug when he came over to Nikki and just, okay, listen, I can't pretend this is a. I just love their exchange. Their dialogue throughout this episode has been great. Like where he's saying, I can't pretend this is a friend visit. I need a favor, and she's like, my drill. Favor with interest, done. And just I was like, oh shit, what do you need? Thinking of something like potentially like legal or something important. Instead, he just wants her to stay in line with the sneaker drop for the Iron Man 3s. And why do you need 2 shoes? One to stock and one to rock. So you collect shoes just to wear one and then look at one you'll never wear. Yeah. I respect that. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the collecting game in general for some stuff, whether it be shoes, glasses, collectibles, all kinds of shit. So I was like, damn, Pug, I respect that grind. And
yeah, just I have a feeling that resonated so much with the sneakerheads, that watch the show, potentially.
Yes, there are. Yeah, they're probably thinking like, God damn it, he's right. Like, come on, do you not know that? And I love he had a drip broker, Alonzo, which hooked him up finding the like a tailor for superheroes. And the first part was great, where they go to that boba shop. And the guy just sells them knockoff shit. Like, really? Avengers. Like, oh my god, that's so bad. But Pug just immediately grabs some stuff. And then she's like, okay.
Yeah, he's all merched out. Yeah.
They both had to get merched out. She's like, do you want the hat too? Of course I'm going to get the hat. I'm completing the ensemble, which I was like, yeah, I hate to say if you're already going to get a knockoff, at least go for the whole thing. Don't just go for just a shirt. So I just love them outside of the tailor when they're with all their gear and stuff on. Like, good God, it's just so bad. And the broker, the tailor was a very interesting dude. I think his name was Luke, but I forgot his last name. He was hilarious. Just more zingers at She-Hulk, and just goddamn, just so savage to her. This is like the one episode she got bullied like way more than she deserved. Just. Purely on public appearance.
she doesn't have like much self-esteem for herself when she's not in She-Hulk form, and the hits just kept on coming from seemingly everybody in this episode. But yeah, the tailor was so great. Like if there's a trope that I never get tired of, it's the sassy like genius, fashion person that doesn't have time for anyone. But I thought he did a really good job of just being like sizing her up and be like, is she worth my time? But then, sort of Nikki kind of like eggs him on into wanting to take her on as a client. So I thought all that their whole little situation was very funny.
Yeah, it was, again, he was just didn't want any part of her basic stuff, which is all she wants. She's like, I just need suits and maybe some other stuff, and that was it. But the courtroom stuff was pretty great too, where I like that Titania kept wearing like hints of green to almost try and like really shove it in her face. Oh, She-Hulk is my name now, or my brand. And oh god, I felt so bad that they had to bring in the 4 dudes she went out with. Like, ugh, it was such a cringeworthy court case, but she ended up winning it, which was great. And Titania is just, this is an over hater. It's like, you just sued her for being a hater yourself. What is your problem? I don't get it. Just the hypocrisy, Bernie, the hypocrisy.
And Jamila Jamil, she did such a good job. Like, again, I've only ever seen her in The Good Place, and there she has her natural, like, British accent. But her sort of, like, Kim Kardashian-esque, like, Valley Girl, L.A., influencer accent. I thought she nailed it. Like, she did such a great job of portraying that character that I, like you said in the beginning, like, you instantly hated her because she was so good at being unlikable.
Oh, just couldn't stand her whole thing, just stealing Jen's, like, moniker and everything, just, ugh. And then just basically brought her to her lowest point by bringing those 4 bad dates that she had, like, ugh. Especially the dude's comment where he's like, where the Brooke asked her like, oh, would you date Jennifer Walters, like knowing it's like not She-Hulk? And it's like, no, not my type. It's like, it's the same fucking person. Like, dude, like, people are just so dumb. I was just like, ugh, idiots. But I like that her and that lawyer, because I remember I feel like in the beginning of the second episode, that lawyer kind of took Jen the wrong way. Like, I think she was the one who made a comment like, oh, great, like now it's almost like a dog and pony show with Jen. Like, oh, we just brought you on as like a superhero hire, not like a real like talented lawyer. But I like that they kind of bonded through this like court case and stuff, representing her, and almost like a newfound respect. And just Jen geeking out, like getting her drinks, and then when she's like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna take care of yourself, get better suits," and then she breaks the fourth wall, just, "Oh, my suits!" Like she's all excited for it. Like that was just adorable.
Yeah, like their developing relationship. It was pretty nice to see because it seems like Jen has a hard time like making friends. I remember on like her list from a couple episodes ago, she made a note to rent to buy a book that said like how to make friends and influence people or something like that. So to like get her and this new friendship with Mallory Brooke, I thought it was really nice, especially with how like you said at the beginning, she's very apprehensive and a little bit standoffish. Like, I'm gonna take you on as a client, but we're gonna set some boundaries, and it was nice to see, like, in contrast to that, the little scene that they had at the bar where they're starting to connect a little bit. It seems like so. Yeah, I that's really nice for Jen. I think but we like Jen here, so we just want her to have more friends.
I mean, it's just good that she has like allies in the thing. I don't know. I was kind of also getting the vibe like, is this chick gonna like backstab her at some point in the show? I don't know. I hope not, just because I got the vibe like Mallory is a very like queen bee of that office too. Like she's no bullshitter. Like you get in her way, she'll fuck you up. So I'm hoping that it actually stays as a friendship and doesn't try and just screw her over later. But
And I guess to play on to that point, she does have that one guy Todd as a client, so there could be like some sort of thing behind the scenes. Because again, he still came off as very creepy in this episode, despite assisting her in her court case. Just yeah, again the comments of like that he made to her like when they met up again in the beginning. I was like, I still kind of find you a little bit suspicious, guy. So yeah, I mean, you could be right. There could be a whole thing with them, too, like dealing something in the back. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see how that progresses. Whether that the other shoe drops, or it is just what it is. He's just a weird dude, and she's just kind of like you said, just a queen bee personality.
I think it's good when shows can kind of give us that suspicion, like because then it can go either way, and then if it goes our way, we're like, oh my god, we called it. And if it doesn't, it's like, okay, cool, that's fine, that works. So I like when shows kind of do that and they don't deliberately like set certain stuff up. It just I don't know. It's just it can go both ways, but very interesting that this was the first one of this season that did not have a post-credit scene. I was very thrown off by that. I had to like rewatch the credits a couple times just to be like, wait, did I miss it? But I think the ending shot was pretty great when she goes back to Luke to get the suits. Basically, he hands her like a nice actual business suit, and then underneath in that covered one, that's her superhero look. So I was like, okay, cool. Sucks we won't get to see it right now, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see her in her newly, custom attire. Stuff to actually be like, okay, let's like Jen, you need to look appropriate whether you're She-Hulk or not. So you gotta look good. And then we see the Daredevil mask, which is all in yellow, which I was like, dang, that look. I like how it's just like left in the open. Does anybody respect privacy? Come on, guys, like cover this. It's like he's not wrong, but I'm like, god damn. And then I don't have a picture of it, but I like that you see the vest, like his his vest on the outside, yeah, and then you see the helmet. It's like, yes, I'm excited. Can't wait to see it. So the last couple episodes are gonna be great.
Yeah, and this whole like little last section was really fun because one of the things I do enjoy is seeing how the superhero does get their suit, and I think Marvel, at least as of late, has done a really good job of like showing like how the different characters each get their suits in different ways. Like Shang-Chi, it was like sort of something made by his mom. With Spider-Man, it's like this technology that gets handed down to him from Stark, but then at the end of No Way Home, he has to kind of like sew one up on his own thing. Kamala, her parents like each contributed like different sections of her costume to her, and I guess for here, it's this superhero tailor from what it seems like. So that was really cool just to kind of get a hint of how Jen is gonna get her superpowers, and the fact that he also made a suit for Daredevil is really cool too, because like if again, I don't know how much they're gonna be taking from the Netflix shows. I don't know if they're going to be able to reference that directly. But, if for anyone who's seen those, they know by the end of season 3, Daredevil is in need of a new suit. Like, he doesn't have his devil costume anymore. So the fact that I guess this would be the reasoning, if they were going, off of that how he gets this new suit, it's a pretty cool reason, I think.
Yeah, and then before I kind of get my thoughts on that, I just want to shout out for, Cap and Bucky both got their new looks from Wakanda, and I'm sure Ironheart's going to get stuff like that also. And then Wanda made her own look through magic. So, either way, it's all cool stuff. But yeah, I'm very curious to see how they'll do that. Like, because yeah, we know that in the original Netflix show, Daredevil got his suit from Gladiator. I forgot the main character's name and the actor, but that actor's like in a lot of stuff. He's really cool.
I don't remember the actor's name, but Melvin Potter was the name of the character, of the one who built him his suit by the end of the first season.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of nice that Luke is just this like kind of like this superhero fashionista guy. I think he's going to help with all the lower level, like the street level heroes, like we're seeing with She-Hulk and we're seeing with Daredevil. So I'm curious to see what else he'll do. And because I know Feige is also set on record, like Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, Daredevil Born Again is season 1. It's not season 5. It's not anything. It's season 1. We're completely doing it new. I'm like, okay, well, we'll just have to see. I'm excited for that too, but that probably won't be out for another few years. So,
but at least as of now, it's a fun reason to have Matt Murdock come into the show, like with the show taking place in LA and Matt Murdock being predominantly operating in New York. The fact that on the box of the helmet it said for pickup, it's like, okay, so that's kind of like a good reason to have Matt be in LA to have this story happen. I kind of speculated that it would be because of like maybe him and Jen were on opposing sides of a certain court case or something like that. That's not out of the rule, and that could definitely very much be a potential here. But just for even like this reason alone, like he's coming to LA to pick up his new super suit, it's like, okay, like let's just get a reason for these characters to come together, because we want to see them interact, and that's where all the fun is. And I think for all of us that really like Daredevil, it's going to be fun to see him interact with another lawyer superhero.
Yeah, exactly. Just because they're both attorneys, they're both in the game, so and they're both super awesome. Like besides Shang-Chi, Daredevil's up there as one of the best fighters in all the MCU. So I'm very excited for that. Other than that, guys, let us know. What do you think about this show so far? Are you still in love with it? Or are you kind of thinking it's teetering off a little bit? Are you all excited for Daredevil like we are? Just let us know in the comments. But until next time, guys, we got 3 more episodes left of this show, I think. Or is that 7? 3 or 2?
4 more episodes after this. Is 5, so out of 9. Okay. So yeah, so 4 more.
Oh, okay. Well, we still got a whole another month of She-Hulk. We got Rings of Power coming out on Friday, and we got House of Dragon this weekend. So guys, don't forget to keep staying. Oh my God, I can't talk. I'm sorry. Stay in touch, guys, and as always, stay bodacious. Keep on ranting for the both of us.
Absolutely, everybody. Be good, be safe, and as always, we'll catch y'all on the next one.